After 10 years of trading, I finally created my own gold scanner. After years of studying gold's movements, catching reversals, and watching price every single day, I finally decided to build something that could help traders see the way I see the markets on gold and basically give you the eyes that I have towards the market. This scanner and tool automatically scans the gold market for the best setups and the most important ones using my strategy, and every little detail and every little price movement and understanding of gold that I have with the years I've spent on this thing collected together, put inside one tool that scans the market for you. It gives you setups by itself, so it eliminates all the confusion, gives you the exact confirmations. This tool is exactly what you need to help give you those eyes a real gold trader has, because once you see the zones that it prints and how the market reacts afterwards, you're gonna have a way better understanding of how gold really moves, and you're gonna see how many different types of movements you can actually catch on gold. But in this video, guys, we're gonna break down how it works. I'm gonna show you guys some examples on the scanner here and back test it with you guys. I'm gonna show you some winning trades, even some losing trades on this. It has a high win rate, about 70 to 80% of the trades do hit. So I'm gonna be going over a little bit about the strategy and how it works, what it does, what we're looking at here in front of us at the moment. Obviously, we're looking at XAU USD, known as gold. Now, this scanner works really well on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, and the 30 minute. It's really meant for the day trader and scalper. Maybe someone who's looking to, what I like to say, pip and dip the market, scalp the market, get in a trade, get a quick reaction, and get out of that, because it highlights multiple setups throughout the day. It's gonna be scanning more than one setup a day. It's probably gonna be scanning like 5 different setups in a session. What I mean by that is like London session, New York session, Tokyo session. This thing will scan gold all throughout the day. It pretty much does the work for you. So for you traders that already understand gold, it's basically like a weapon for you to attack the gold markets even more than you already are, because you're gonna see setups that you never saw before and be like, wow, how didn't I see that setup before? And you're just gonna understand gold's movements so much more. For you beginner traders, exactly what I just said too. For those of you guys who are beginning out trading and don't understand how to enter gold, it's gonna show you where to enter, when to enter the market, with a few confirmations I'll even go over on this video with you guys on how we enter. So what it does is it prints what we like to call a golden zone. So as you can see, there's a yellow zone here on the gold chart. And this was a setup that happened today before the market closed. Gold shot up. So we wanna know some things about the market too, because I can analyze this in front of you guys and I can see a clear uptrend here, a low here, and the market pushes up and makes what's called a higher high in price. Now our gold scanner prints a zone down here, so it already pre-prints, it predetermines where the market could potentially go to, number one, and then potentially have a reaction off of. So this is one setup that it scanned out a little bit after the New York session, closer to the end of the day when gold was here at $4,009. It was detecting that this is an area that price could kind of go back to, and if it comes back to this area. So the scanner was highlighting a zone here on gold, a golden zone down here at $4,000. So it's doing it around a whole number. Now, we're on replay mode right now. And the cool thing about this scanner is you can backtest with it on replay mode. All of these little yellow triangles that you're seeing are other times. Like right now, you see how we're getting a yellow triangle right here? That's because it's detecting something here. So all these yellow triangles are other times where it was scanning for something. So literally, if I look back here, it was scanning for a setup. I can go on replay mode and I'm gonna show you in a few minutes. So make sure you pay attention in the next few minutes because it's about to get good here. So what we can do is click forward. We can see this came down to the zone and it's already predetermining an area where we could enter. Now the stop loss size is small. So for those of you guys who have access to this tool, one of the rules I would use for the invalidation, and I'm going to make a 2.0 version for this, that has a little bit different features and rules implemented inside of it. But if we look at the invalidation, it's pretty small, and gold has increased a lot with volatility. So some invalidation rules, what determines like, okay, maybe this didn't work, like stop loss / invalidation rule. That could be one, we could look at where the zone is printed and where the current range of the market is behind us or even above us. So in this case, it's kind of behind us because we're in a buy. We could look at the previous low. So if we want to, we could give ourselves a little bit more breathing room and put our stop loss even at the previous low. Maybe to give ourselves a little bit more breathing room so it doesn't get invalidated or so we don't get wicked out, because the zone is meant for entry. The stop loss is the invalidation of that red line. So if the market closes bearish, let's say we get a strong bearish close underneath here, that would invalidate it. That would be like, okay, this setup's not working if we got a strong bearish close underneath that. So we could look at like previous structure and say, okay, I could place my stop loss maybe around there to be a bit safer. But what it's doing is detecting and scanning for high probability areas where gold is likely to react, whether it's a buy or whether it's a sell. I'm going to show you a few more examples after this one. So whether it's a buy or sell, it's scanning these zones where gold is likely to make a reaction. So if we go forward, you can see this trade hit really quickly. Market went up and then it came literally right back. So if you're a scalper on gold, a day trader scalper, these types of moves are what it's really good at detecting and catching. Quick bounces on gold that could go anywhere from 50 pips plus to 100 pips. So let's go over another example. So this thing is pretty cool because you can backtest with it, especially if you have replay mode on your trading view. You can go back to previous examples, previous yellow triangles. That's where setups have happened. So if we actually look in front of us right now, the market's closed right now as I'm making this video, but it's scanning for something right here. So it has another detection. Look at that at 4K. So it's detecting another area around 4K where the market could bounce. If you spend a day or two watching this thing and you see it react off of these zones, you'll understand gold's movements way more. But this is market closed and we can see there's a setup right here. So how does backtesting this thing work? It's pretty cool. If I go to the triangles and I go replay mode, for example, and I click forward, you can see it'll print zones as it goes. So if I go, let's say back over here, let's select bar and let's go to this low down here at the bottom at like 3,900-ish, I think that is 3,980. So let's go here. Try to print a sell there. At this point, why would that not be like the best idea? If we're like looking at this one would have hit stop loss here, but not the best idea because like at this point, the market has fallen a lot. It is pretty low. We're looking for something kind of like in trend. If you notice the first example I went over, it was more already in a trend. This has pretty much like fallen a lot already at this point. It's pretty steep. If we go forward, it's going to print examples as this goes. So now it's at the low and we have like a break up here and it's printed a zone at 3,980, a candle that's pushed up, engulfing candle here, strong movement. And let's see this moving forward. We can see another example that's coming down to the zone. Next candle dumps, so it's close to the zone. So see what it's doing here? Ever since here, that triangle, it detected that zone. So it's literally scanning high probability areas for you. You can go back and understand gold's movements more because of things like this. Let's go forward. And we could see like it hit the invalidation. Why wouldn't this be like a stop loss here? Like it's like, okay, it hit the invalidation, but it still respected the zone. And we have a rejection candlestick at this level. We can still see gold pretty much respected that movement. So if we even gave ourselves just a little bit of breathing room, like I was saying before, or considered if a candlestick closed extremely bearish here, then it would have invalidated that area. Well, you could see how this found like another high probability area where the market reacted. So here we have another example where the market is moving and the scanner is printing some zones. You can see the market moves higher up, so it prints another zone. As the market moves, different types of zones can be respected, especially if price just keeps going the other way. A zone can just reset or become invalidated and new zones can print. So when you're looking at this example right here, we can see another example at $4,000. This is just at a different day here where the market's pushed up and scanner's printing an area here right at 4K. And we get a quick bounce, hits take profits once again. And then I think after this, the market just completely drops. And now it's printing a sell at that 4K level. Notice you have like a break and retest happening here. So right here, it's like you could study gold's movements with this because you can see like a quick move up, bounces off of 4,000, and then we get this breakout candle at 4K. And it's printing a zone here detecting maybe 4K could now react bearish. So when we look forward, you can see the market ends up kind of tapping the invalidation. And that's why we have some stop loss rules for this in the sense of, okay, let's say you find a good entry. You can put your stop loss at the structure behind you, or again, if this candle just broke out completely and closed above the zone, then it would pretty much invalidate the setup. So we're getting here a break and retest. And you can see after that, the market continues down. Then it even prints another sell here at this level and continues down there. Maybe it would have been a bit harder of a setup to catch because it was really quick and there wasn't really a big pullback. But there's one more setup down here that ends up printing at the bottom of the trend. Really, really clean for the buy right here. You can see the market makes a low and then it shifts up. You can see after all of that movement, there was a few setups in there that it was trying to detect, trying to scan for, starting from the top here with that buy and then that sell on the breakout and retest. At the bottom of this trend, there's a very clean setup that happens right here that the market respects. At the bottom of this trend, there's a quick setup that literally forms here on this gold zone here that comes and wicks back to the entry zone and then makes a quick move up right away. So why is the scanner looking for what it's looking for? Now, that's over 10 years of knowledge, experience, detailed to gold's price action and movement. This scanner was not made overnight. This scanner took about a year to develop, and this is the 1.0 version of this. I know for 2026, I'm going to be rolling out the 2.0 version for my Inner Circle squad. But why does it print what it prints? That's where we go into our deep dive lessons inside of my Inner Circle community, where I'm going to be talking about this scanner a lot more because we just dropped it inside the Inner Circle community. There's reasons why these zones print. And once you understand a few strategies and a few concepts, and I even go over them here live on YouTube, on my YouTube streams, you understand why these zones are printing. And you can really backtest and study this thing. And you can really use this as a study tool as well to understand gold's movements and have the same eyes that I have towards gold. So we just dropped this tool for anybody inside of my Inner Circle Elite, where we have almost 500 members. Anybody inside the Inner Circle Elite community has access to this school and the video library where I break down how to use this tool and why the zones print.